Welcome to chemistry class. Today's class quickly we'll just learn all the 4 5 mark question from metallurgy chapter. What are the 4 possible questions that can be asked from metallurgy are froth flotation process, Hall Herold process which is also known as electrometallurgy of aluminium and electrolytic refining and finally zoned refining. So we'll take the textbook. First, we'll do the froth flotation process. So, in order to learn this froth flotation process, better make a note of the side headings: ore, principle, frothing agent, collector and its role, process, diagram, and the depressing agent and its role. Which type of ore can be concentrated by froth flotation? Sulfide ore such as galena and zinc blende. This one word separately they'll ask even in 2 mark question. What is the principle of froth flotation? Metallic ore particles are wetted by oil, whereas the gangue particles are wetted by water. Next one, what is the frothing agent you can use are pine oil and eucalyptus oil. And the collector what you can use is sodium ethyl xanthate. What is the role of collector? It attaches to the ore particles and makes them water repellent. In this chapter, you have this type of questions too. What is the role of collector? What is the role of depressing agent? Everything. Then the process, so you have to take the ore along with water, along with an oil, and you have to blow air. So when the air is passed through the mixture, froth is generated. As a result, ore particles wetted by the oil, it rises to the surface along with the froth. The froth is skimmed off and dried to recover the concentrated ore. And what is the depressing agent you can use? Sodium cyanide and sodium carbonate. What is the role of depressing agent? It is selectively prevent other metal sulfide from coming with the froth. So if you write these things, you'll be given 5 marks for this question. Coming to the next one, zone refining and electrolytic refining. So first we'll discuss this electrolytic refining quickly. So under this electrolytic refining, first we have to write the basic terms. So first you have to mention what is an anode. Anode are rods of impure metal. And what is cathode? Thin strips of pure metal. And what is your electrolyte? Soluble salt of the metal. So on passing electric current, pure metals gets deposited on cathode. So to write this anode, cathode, electrolyte and passing current, 2.5 marks will be given. An example for electrolytic refining is electrolytic refining of silver. So cathode will be pure silver, anode will be impure silver, electrolyte is acidified aqueous solution of silver nitrate. When current is passed through the electrodes, Ag gives you Ag plus 1 electron, and just reverse it, you'll get the next reaction. Already we have discussed this in another video which contains the important equation. Coming to the next one is zone refining. What is the principle of zone refining? It is based on the principle of fractional crystallization. When an impure metal is melted and allowed to solidify, the impurities will prefer to be in the molten region. So what is the process? The impure metal is taken in the form of rod. One end of the rod is heated using mobile induction heater, which results in the melting of metal. When the heater is slowly moved to the other end, only the pure metal will crystallize while the impurities will move on to the adjacent molten zone. So the process is repeated several times by moving the heater in the same direction again and again to achieve the desired purity level. What is the condition? It is carried out in an inert gas atmosphere to prevent oxidation of metals. Example, germanium, silicon and gallium, which can be used as semiconductor, can be purified by this method. Listen to the keywords, listen to the explanation which I am giving it. one or two times and it's easy for you to recollect it. Coming to the next one, the last question, electrometallurgy of aluminium. It is also known as Hall-Héroult process. So what is cathode? Iron tank lined with carbon acts as a cathode. What will be your anode? Carbon blocks. What is an electrolyte? 20% solution of alumina obtained from bauxite plus molten cryolite plus 10% calcium chloride. What is the role of calcium chloride? It lowers the melting point of the mixture. And the temperature you have to maintain is above 1270 Kelvin. Already we have seen this equation in the first video, which contains the important equation of this chapter. Al2O3 gives you 2Al3 plus 3O2. 2Al3 plus 6 electron gives 2L. 6O2 gives you 3O2 plus 2 electron. Since carbon is acting as an anode, it results in the formation of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So what will be the net electrolysis reaction? 4Al3 plus 6O2 minus plus 3C gives you 4Al plus 3CO2. So in all the three videos, first video we discussed about the important equation, second video we discussed all the 2 and 3 mark question, and in the third video all the 5 mark question. More than this, no other questions will be asked from this chapter. Concentrate in this metallurgy and easily you can get 10 marks. All the best, prepare well, and just see the next upcoming video of P block elements 1 solid state chemical kinetics. Thank you.